mic. Everybody's got excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity. Boy, that's it, and it's all said and done. When the going gets tough and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run. Cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. They're being constructive or they jealous of the outcome. It's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Go.
Welcome everybody to Wrestling Talk Now. This, of course, is the rundown where we will be running down a lot of stuff. We had Full Gear that just happened on Saturday. We have Survivor Series that is happening this Saturday, and we have all the in-betweens, SmackDown, Raw, and Dynamite, and NXT. I only know one little specific thing off NXT, but so there's a lot to get to, along with all the news and rumors and lovely gossip that is all circulating around wrestling. I, of course, am not alone. I am joined by the crazy one, the one who is the most psychotic, the perhaps Scrooge of the holidays. I wouldn't know that. You might really love Christmas. It is Kid Crazy. How goes it, good sir?
Pretty good. In top shape, ready to run down this crazy wrestling week and this big Full Gear. I really enjoyed Full Gear.
Yeah, best AEW pay-per-view of the year.
I would have to think about the other ones, but it was definitely in the top ones of the year. Definitely,
the top ones of the year. Okay.
Yeah, some good matches, and we were right on some things, wrong on others. I guess we'll get to that, but yeah, it was an interesting pay-per-view.
Well, I mean,
we did call the Regal turn.
We did call the Regal turn, absolutely. We definitely called Regal turning. I called, at least I think, Jamie Hayter winning.
Yep, winning.
If I'm not mistaken. So, so we'll get to that. It's going to be next on our list. In terms of news and rumors that have went on this week, aside from Thunder Rosa officially relinquishing her title because she is still injured. Tony Khan had commented after the Full Gear on the Full Gear media scrum that he's not really sure what he's going to do, see when she's ready to come back. But it looks like on Wednesday they kind of realized, hey, let's give it to Jamie Hayter. We don't know when you're coming back. It's kind of not fair. People were getting pissed of the whole interim championship thing. So now we officially have your official AEW Women's Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Well deserved for Jamie.
Well deserved. I can't help think that there is a bit of a feud between Storm and Thunder Rosa, though. The fact that Thunder Rosa took this long, was it a Thunder Rosa call, or was it Tony Khan finally stepping in and saying, "Hey, pure coincidence that it happened after Storm's"? Literally happened. Her not wrestling anymore literally happened just before Storm was about to win it, and her finally relinquishing it was when Storm finally lost it. So I can't help but think there's more to the story, and Thunder Rosa just did not absolutely want to drop anything to Tony Storm.
Yeah, I definitely see it the same way as you do, especially with the scrum after the Full Gear scrum, the way Tony Khan responded to that question. And then all of a sudden, 3 days later, they drop it. There's a space for speculation there amongst the wrestling industry and fans and all that. So yeah, it's is it a beef between Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa, like you said? That when you don't confirm stuff, it leaves this space for people to speculate.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And that's what we do.
That's what we do, yeah. And I think Tony Khan likes that because at the end of the day, guess what? It leaves more talking room for AEW stuff, right?
True.
So this would probably worth mentioning too, for those who don't know, Malachi Black as well as the House of Black are back.
Yep.
They just returned on Dynamite and looking to basically take out anyone who is in their way. And this time around, they took out the Best Friends.
And the cuties factory.
The factory there.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So it looks like they're just going after everybody. Malachi Black looks even more built. He looks, not that he looked bad before, but he looks more in shape. Even Buddy Matthews seemed like he put on a bunch more muscle as well. So, yeah, the team is ready to kick some ass in AEW. Go ahead.
I think they've done it well with the vignettes the past few weeks, and the return this week. I think they're finally gonna get the push, and they're going to be treated or booked. The word I was looking for. They're going to be finally booked the way people expected them to be at the beginning when they formed this group. And I think it puts Malachi back in, because Malachi, that was one of the problems, was the booking in all this
right
that we had heard. So now with if they're pushed the right way and they're booked the right way, this could be one of the top factions in wrestling. So I hope everything goes good for them.
Yeah, here's to hoping. I mean, it's obviously their first show back, so we'll certainly see what happens. I hope so. It's just there's so much things going on now, right? Between the elite and the Lucha Bros, the Death Triangle, all that. So the trios is covered for a hot minute for the best of 7. What will they do? Will Buddy Matthews and Brody King go for the tag titles against us? I was going to say Swerve in Our Glory, but against the Acclaimed, and maybe potentially Malachi be an opponent for MJF after Starks, which we learned is now the new number 1 contender. Yeah. Did you end up watching that match?
Starks,
or is that one of the ones you missed?
No, Starks. I saw that match. I didn't see the one against Lance Archer on Friday.
I didn't either. Right.
But I did see this one last night. I saw that he was all taped up, so it was probably he got probably really a good beat down from Lance Archer, but still came out with the victory. And I know we were expecting maybe a push from Ricky Starks in the past few months, and he wasn't really getting it. So. I guess now they're going to have to put together some opponents for MJF where they're basically going to put MJF over as champ, basically. So don't expect to see like Bryan Danielson going against MJF anytime soon, or the big top guys going against MJF. They're going to build him up as a strong champion first, and then we'll see from then on. Because I seriously, like, if we look at it like straight up, I don't see a lot of chance of Ricky Starks taking that title away from MJF, right?
Well, that's what I was kind of scared of, because I think we had initially mentioned that Ethan Page was most likely going to win because, hey, if anyone could take the L, Ethan Page was going to take the L against MJF. Now that we somewhat have the future, I guess the present is in MJF going against the future of AEW. These guys at one time were kind of hand in hand to be the future of the company. Perhaps maybe it's too soon for Ricky Starks to maybe win the title, but I still think it's also just too soon for him to even lose as well in that sense, especially for it to be MJF's first opponent. So that's why I really thought Ethan Page was going to grab it. You can still build that feud against him and Stokely's crew there. And I didn't really like how... And I thought originally, because we saw him taped up, I thought Ethan Page was for sure going to win. I thought that's what they were going to use to kind of not make Starks look weak, because he was all taped up. So if he takes the loss, it's fine. And this kind of really hurts Ethan Page a lot. Love him or hate him, I think Ethan Page, although he's been wrestling for quite a while now, he can still be a very valuable asset to AEW, and dare I say, even in the world title picture too. So the fact that he lost to Starks the way that he did, with the whole bandaged up. I thought it was it looked bad for Ethan Page. Just because a guy's 100% and Starks is 60%, 70%, and not great acting by Starks. Especially, you did some moves where you were holding onto your ribs, and then you do like a frog splash and you're fine, kind of thing. You were holding onto it a bit, but it should have been killing you a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more acting there. The believability for me was maybe a far stretch.
Maybe a little bit more consistency in the selling.
Yeah. Just a tad. Just a tad.
I agree. Also, I don't want to forget about this big piece of breaking news. It's probably the biggest news out of wrestling this week.
Oh boy.
I'm obviously being sarcastic here.
I would hope so.
It's the return of Reggie in NXT.
Script this or some shit. Yeah. So, at least they're doing something with him.
Yeah.
He ended up winning the match.
I saw some highlights of the match, and obviously we see it's him. Obviously because of the way his acrobatics, the way he evades stuff,
his Cirque du style.
He got some new stuff, some new tricks in his hat, and it was kind of interesting. I'm intrigued to see where this is gonna go. Like, I'm not sold by any means on this new character, but I am intrigued on where they're gonna bring it. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they take Reggie's new scriptus gimmick. So and there's also other vignettes that they were talking about. This other guy that some people were confused on the Twitterverse, that they changed course, and they had another guy planned for this character called Scriptus, and they ended up changing course at the last minute. But no, this other guy, Javel or something like that, I'll have to look up his name. I'm not sure of his name, but he's his own character, from what I understand, and from what I've heard from people in the industry. Well, not I didn't hear from those people in the industry. I mean,
you heard it. You're a very important, crazy person. Yes, absolutely.
On the social media platforms, but so that's Reggie's return in NXT. NXT has been like I said last week. I haven't been following from A to Z in NXT, but I try to keep up with the highlights and the results, and they have been a bit disappointing lately.
Well, I mean, now especially that Dijakovic is back.
I see.
You missed that one. Oh shit! Yeah. So now he's just called Dijakovic. He's back. He's facing whoever the fuck the North American champion is. He had showed up behind him. Carmelo Hayes, maybe.
Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, I think he won it back. Yeah.
The North American Championship. So he showed up behind him, and then he just completely pulverized him. Looks good. So he's no longer T-Bar. He's Dijakovic, not Dominic Dijakovic, but just Dijakovic, they announced him as. So no idea why the name changed there, or just using the last name. But that seems to be what's going on. And finally maybe getting some old school NXT back.
If you heard about that, because I saw that pass also, that they, back on the WWE.com roster page, they gave Mia Yim's name back. So what was she called? What were they calling her since she came back?
So they were still calling her Mia Yim, and then eventually it was going to change to Mishin or Michin. It's crazy. It's crazy in Korean. That was also, I think, she was also like, that was part of her group, I think, when she was in the Indies, or dare I say, I don't want to say Japan. I'm not sure. I'll just say the Indies. Japan's not the Indies either. But, before WWE, it was a group called Crazy. So I think they were maybe messing around with that. They weren't sure if that was going to be her name or her nickname, but it looks like now it's going to be her nickname. It's not going to be your actual name, because then they changed the biography back. And now I think they're saying her name like kind of as her little nickname kind of thing. But she's still Mia Yim, technically.
Okay. Because that's why I was asking you, because since she came back, I was pretty positive that they were calling her Mia Yim. So I'm like, when I saw that bit of news, I'm like, Okay, but haven't you been calling her since she returned? So I just wanted some specification here, but okay, that makes sense. So now they were they were tangling on they were debating on what they were going to use, and now they're going to use it just as a nickname, this new name that you were mentioning there. Okay.
Yes, seems so. Anything could happen in the WWE, but
Yeah.
it seems so that they're definitely gonna just use Mia Yim and I guess we're gonna see something crazy come out because I think they're making it like she's kind of neutral, right? So she's with the OC, but she's also helping out Bianca's team. But at the same time, she kind of goes wherever she wants to go. She's like a drifter in that sense. So maybe that's why we're slowly gonna see more of her do that with various other things. Like she's not gonna be tied to one team. Yes, she's part of the OC. She's also helping out Bianca, but at the end of the day, she'll do whatever she wants to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I think she is part of the OC because she was wearing their T-shirt, right? On she was when
Raw.
they call on Raw, exactly. So they did call themselves the OC. We are the OC. It's Mia Yim. AJ Styles was saying so.
Right.
They're kind of like she is part of the OC, but she's doing her own stuff also. Okay, all right.
Exactly. So, and I guess we'll have to find out what happens with this whole crazy I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Michin or Michin, whatever. Michin. Yeah, if Jeff was here, oh boy. And yeah, so that's basically it. That's the nickname. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy she's back. She's at least getting involved into great storylines. Obviously, she's going to be with Bianca and all that, along with a to be determined partner, which they mentioned they were going to announce on SmackDown on Bianca's side. A lot of rumors here. Becky seems to be like the fort runner here. But also, you did mention before we went on the air that it was in Boston. And who is from Boston who has a certain time that Michael Cole likes to recall? It's boss time.
Boss.
You know what I mean? So
Sasha
Sasha Banks could very well be. I'd be a huge pop if it ended up being her. Maybe they, we were discussing. They announce someone gets hurt on Saturday, and then they have to quickly try and get someone else. They're in Boston. Who can they get quick? Boom, Sasha Banks. She's obviously going to get a huge pop. That is definitely a photo op moment right there for Sasha Banks. So I think Becky makes sense too, though. Becky was the last. Becky was with Bianca when Damage Control came out after their match and sided with Bianca Belair, and then she got injured and had to take time off. So I don't know. It's probably one of the two, though.
Yeah, definitely, it's one or the other. I wouldn't see them going unless they want to swerve everybody, but I wouldn't see them going outside of those two. I think that the most persistent rumors are. Hey, Steve, cheers to you.
Steve, cheers.
I think the most persistent rumors out there is that it's going to be Bex, but I guess the like we mentioned the whole Boston thing. It could be a strong chance that Sasha returns. But I think we both agree here that if there is the return of Sasha, it has to be in Boston. It has to be as face because that pop she will get a huge pop. So
I think she'll get a huge pop wherever she shows up, but for sure in Boston she'll definitely get an added extra. Top-notch pop for sure. It's her hometown. But no matter when she shows up, she's going to get a pop. So you can't have her come out as a heel. She's going to have to be face when she comes out and then maybe do a turn at the end or something. Either way, you want to get that crowd to go crazy, and that's going to be a great photo op, video footage to use for whatever they might need to. So, yeah, I think... the time is now. It's boss time. If you're going to want to do it, Sasha Banks is reportedly still with the company. So I think that's a better time now more than ever. And then you could potentially do like a Sasha Bailey storyline too, for Royal Rumble or something. They have a lot of history together, so that could very well work.
Yep.
Um,
Because it
and
seems
then I
that
don't know.
after Survivor Series, they're gonna go against they're gonna go for Rhea versus Bianca little program here, rivalry back and forth.
That's
So
what it seems like. They've been pushing Rhea a lot lately,
yeah.
making her the most fierce woman on the Raw side. Her basically leading the Judgment Day.
Hmm.
Picking up Gallows. Yeah, picking up Gallows like it was
Yeah.
nothing. They're giving her a lot of giving her a lot of spots to do and making her that fierce competitor. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's the next one to go against Bianca. And Rumble, that would be cool.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe
down for
even
that.
win. I'm also down for her to even win. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
I
we've
think
said in the last few fights that Bianca that we're looking for Bianca to lose it soon, and
right.
she's better. She's better when she's chasing the belt, I guess, and people are maybe she's losing not losing ground, but like she's stabilizing and being over. And when that happens, it's hard to get back in the good graces of the fans. So Steven's saying Bianca versus Banks once Bianca turns heel would be great. Yeah, Bianca heel is something. Steve is right here. It's something we
Yeah,
could look into
we could
because we
definitely
haven't seen that.
use.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe that could
good
give her
call there.
a new boost, a new energy boost in her character. Yeah,
And if anything, yeah, then that's how you would get Sasha Banks. Maybe you do that after Bianca.
loses.
No, but then why would Sasha go after Bianca for WrestleMania? I feel like you're gonna have if Sasha ends up being at Mania. I feel like she's gonna go for the title.
True,
I don't know.
true.
So it really depends, or maybe not too, or it could be a freaking fatal 4-way. Or can't forget about Charlotte Flair coming back as well.
True. There's also Charlotte in the picture. Yep.
Yeah. So that could definitely change things if Bianca ends up turning heel. One, I'm excited to see that. I don't think we've
Yeah.
seen Bianca heel.
Nope.
Definitely a little bit tired of the toughest, strongest, bestest, um, gimmick. It's great. I understand it. It was awesome, but it's enough. It's enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Yes. True words, Owen Hart's words spoken truly there.
No.
But because we haven't seen Bianca, so we don't know how she would be as heel. But I would think because she the way she is over with I'm not over, but it's not the right word. But the way she is idolized by a lot of young girls. That's I think is one of the things that they're scared of, maybe turning her heel for that. I think she's a
Right.
big merch getter
Yep.
also, so maybe they're hesitant on that part of it. But I don't know. I think for long term for her career,
Yeah, but if you
maybe
have Sasha come back, there goes your
yeah,
merch getter anyways. You know what I
true,
mean?
true,
You're just
yeah,
replacing. I feel like Sasha. Um, I don't wanna. I don't know who's the most popular out of them right now, from Bianca's prime to Sasha's prime. But Sasha was also a crazy merch getter too.
true.
With the brass knuck boss thing or whatever it was, the 4-finger ring thing. And then the sunglasses and all that. So I think it would still work because once Sasha comes back, her merch is going to skyrocket. So they won't
Guaranteed.
really lose much there. And look at it. Bailey was a crazy merch person too, with the hugging, the hug shirts, and the hug buddies, and whatever.
Also, yeah. Good
And now
point. Good
she's
point.
heel. She was good. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of what she's doing now anymore. It kind of, I feel like, ran its course too, unfortunately. Um,
But because she was good
but
heel, but I don't know. This damage control thing is not maybe getting the reaction that we
that's what
thought
it
it would
is,
get. Yeah,
right? Yeah, that's what it is. It's just. I don't know. I don't. I thought Bailey would be awesome as like a leader of a faction, but going through it, it just doesn't seem to be working. So
yeah,
I don't
I
know. I
agree.
think maybe it's time you maybe split that up. Keep Bailey still healed, but kind of shy away from the damage control, or maybe they turn on her, which
Yeah,
maybe might make her face, I guess. But then I don't know, you can kind of put it along the lines of, well, now I just don't trust anybody. I still hate everybody, and now I just don't trust anybody even more because my own team backstabbed me.
That could be a good story to tell there, since the other two saying, "Oh, we thought you were this leader and this big champion, but you can't even beat Bianca for the title, so you don't deserve to be our leader," type of thing. That could be a way to go, a story to tell there. Because I agree. I totally agree with you. The stagnation of this damage control faction is hurting everybody involved, including Bailey and Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Because I think these three have so much talent. You would think on paper it would work.
It's too much talent. It's too much talent. It's just Bailey like how they did. What's that movie? The Expendables. You know, you have all these fucking people in one. You have the Sylvester Stallones, the Arnolds, and Chuck Norris's. Arguably, some like the movie and all that, but it didn't pan out to be what it was supposed to be. That essentially is what damage control is.
Yeah,
you have three top talents.
Her not beating Bianca probably is a big factor in how it's hurting them. I think if she would have won, maybe it would have gave her that notoriety as champion to be, but it doesn't seem believable no more that they absolutely control nothing right now. So
yeah, their ability to control has been damaged.
Yeah, exactly.
Significantly between the tag team. Thank you. Between the tag team losing and winning and losing and winning, like, I don't know what the hell you were trying to tell there. I don't know if you were waiting for Sasha and Naomi to come back or whatever have you, but unless you're certain, you shouldn't have tried to play with, especially your team that you're just trying to build up. By doing that, like, you literally had them lose the the championships, and then you had them win it the next week, right? They are currently the champions, correct? No.
Yes, they won it back. Or did they win it back?
They won it back, right?
Well, they won it back, but did they lose it again? That's the question.
No, that's it. I think they have it.
Yeah, I think they do have it.
I think they do have it, but that just goes to show you that no one's caring.
Yeah.
The fact that we're trying to think if damage control actually has the belts. Holy mother of God. Oh, okay. Lovely spam, why don't you? Okay. Yeah. So, no, you don't see it, but just a whole bunch of comments of spam there, which we're not going to put up because we ain't about spam over here. Are you checking? You're checking on...
Is. Yes, it is. It's Dakota Kai.
They are. Damn. Yeah. So that's not working.
We're champions. You can't even win your side of the deal and be a champion also. So we're better than you. So who the fuck is Bailey? We're kicking you out. This is the Sky and Kai show, and that's it.
Oh no, that almost reminds me of what was that from? Kai and, oh God, that reminds me of like the Kai and Tai group. Don't.
Oh,
remember Kai and Tai?
Karate Kid.
No, Kai and Tai. It was a group. It was Funaki and.
Oh yes. The Japanese guys. And, yes. That's true.
What was the other guy's name? Yeah, maybe a little bit too close. That marks racism all over it. Like, don't do that. That's
True that.
But yeah, I mean, they definitely need to be on the spotlight, or they need a stronger. Or maybe just don't have anybody with them. They need to take over the spotlight, I think. And I think
Kai can take over on the mic there.
Kai can probably take over on the mic, or I don't know, or maybe you have someone like Bliss turn heel and take over or something, because Bailey is strong, but she's missing something. She's missing a certain dominance for the group that's not there, and I don't know why that is, but she's not leader material, whereas maybe Alexa might be, or Sasha might be, or even Asuka maybe, but I don't see her as a heel because it's been a hot minute, and I don't know if we need to talk her too, which is the issue.
I think there's
legitimate
and
heat with.
with Io Sky and Asuka because apparently they're from. I read this week or I heard it on a podcast. Apparently they're from two different regions or cities in Japan where there's been like 1,000 years of rivalry. So I think that when they in that promo on Raw when they were speaking Japanese to each other,
Mm,
um, apparently Asuka one of the words she used was like an insult, and it's kind of a lot of what that she's from Osaka, Japan, right? And Osaka, that's why the name is so similar. And the other one is from uh,
yeah, but
I
the
forgot.
translation wasn't anything crazy, according to
I think it
someone
was
who
like
tried to
idiot. I
translate
think
it.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was idiot. It was translated into idiot or something like that. But
Right.
apparently, it's a word that's used a lot in between
To
in that
mean like
rivalry.
something worse.
Yeah,
Okay.
from that. Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know if that would be a possibility for them to join together. But yeah, I think definitely Dakota Kai and Io Sky need to break away from Bailey here, and there's possibilities. I don't know about Bliss because we do see. I don't know if maybe I'm the only one who noticing this, but Bliss is like kind of in a trance recently. She's first of all there was that the white rabbit appearing on the screen, and she kind of like got into
Right.
a trance there, and then on Raw this week where they're in the Bianca they're priming up the fight at Survivor Series, and Bianca lets Bliss talk, and Bliss talked with absolutely like no emotion, like if she was in a trance. So I think there's going to be eventually a story there
Oh,
with Wyatt.
okay. With the Wyatt thing. All right,
Yeah,
fair. I'm refusing to believe that, but I guess that's still a thing. Okay, fair.
yeah,
Because
because
I
we
would. I
thought. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah,
Because I feel like if none of us say who's gonna go,
that's fine.
I'll be the asshole and go and just take that fucking. Thank you, thank you. You're so polite. No, because I was thinking like, man. Okay, then I guess that's good because I was thinking like, okay, Bliss just seems like she doesn't know what she's doing anymore. Like she's
Yeah,
not happy with where she is or doesn't really understand what they're doing with her character. So that's
could be
how
that.
I kind of took it. But
Okay.
again, that would make complete sense with the whole Wyatt thing too. If she's in that trance and whatever, that I guess I'm being played there in that regard. I just don't want Bliss to be part of that. Um,
Yeah,
that's why I'm
I
refusing to
agree.
believe it. So
I agree that maybe we talked about this before. How maybe she needs closure from that character though. So
she does.
maybe not in the long run, like stay for a long run with the Wyatt Six, but in that storyline needs to be closure so she could move on effectively.
Yeah, I mean, she could still technically move on without continuing it, though. I mean, um, they seem like they want to not move on though from it. I just
Yeah,
don't know what you're gonna do now. Now that you have LA Knight and Bray Wyatt doing a whole thing, which is fucking phenomenal, by the way. I didn't think this was gonna work out, but that promo on SmackDown was fuego.
yeah,
That was absolute awesomeness. With a capital A just between the two slaps, and then him like, you don't want to do that, you know what I mean? And then he
yeah.
leaves, and then the White Rabbit fucking annihilates him, or we think it's the White Rabbit, but we saw the White Rabbit shadow or something.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
that's
LA
when he
Knight
left
was
them
put
under all
out.
the debris, right?
Yeah, that's it. So that I didn't think I was excited for, but now I'm sold. Give me, give me, give me. It's not going to be for Survivor Series, it seems. But I think we're just going to see a whole lot of torment with Bray Wyatt just messing with LA Knight.
Yeah,
So I
I
don't know where Bliss is going to fit in at the moment because LA
yeah,
Knight's
that's
not
it.
associated with anyone.
I think they're really taking this Wyatt storyline very, very slowly.
Yeah,
They don't
turtle
want
slope.
they don't want to rush. They don't want to rush anything. So and there's no reason to rush anything. So just sell it. Make us like this promo, like you just said on SmackDown, which was great both on both sides.
Yeah.
So just keep on hyping it up. Keep on building up the this rivalry, and we should have a reveal for the that other character, Uncle Howdy, anytime soon. We still don't
We
have
shouldn't, or we should.
No, I mean we should get a reveal eventually, hopefully soon, on this Uncle Howdy character, because all we've seen so far is Bray as Bray.
Right.
So,
And then technically Bray talking, it sounds like Bray at least, talking as Uncle Howdy, and now we see the White Rabbit doing a little something too.
Yeah.
Right? Because Uncle Howdy is not the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit is someone else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I'm scared eventually people are going to get bored if you also do it too long. Not there yet. It's fine.
There, yeah.
They have to have some kind of quick timeline. Like, please, God, before WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Before Elimination Chamber. Hopefully, we get a Wyatt match at Elimination Chamber because I would like to go and see Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that entrance is definitely probably worth watching.
That's maybe worth the $700 we're gonna have to spend on a fucking ticket.
Yeah. Because that entrance is probably right now the hottest entrance in wrestling. Definitely.
And it was when he was there beforehand. It's always so cryptic and creative. It definitely falls along, Taker's entrance when with his whole dong entrance and so on. So
yep. It's definitely up there in how it's over with the people. Definitely. Okay, so I guess that was breaking news that we. A slow news week in wrestling, but I think we covered all the breaking news here.
Covered a bit there. So, Full Gear happened.
Yep.
What was your match of the night?
I really enjoyed the main event, but I would have to go to the trios match as the best one. That was probably I'll go with the trios as my best one. And my most disappointing one, maybe not the worst, but the one that disappointed me the most was the triple threat for the TNT Championship match.
Really?
Which Samoa Joe.
Okay. I thought that was better than I expected for the triple threat. First of all, no one's talking about the Fatal 4-Way match, which I am, what the fuck about. For the ROH title, Jericho versus Sammy versus I thought that match was freaking fantastic. The trios match was fine. It was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it. Like, I just can't stand the Young Bucks, and they're like, it always looks like they're planning their moves, and so that annoys the shit out of me. Again, I do still enjoy the match, I guess, and the best of 7. I could withstand. I think I liked the Dynamite match better than the one last night, than the one on Full Gear. But maybe that's just because of the CM Punk digs. References.
Yeah. It's true. I think both of them they were good. I don't know if they're gonna go all 7 of this, but it looks like it because Dark Triangle or Death Triangle, are up to 0. Yeah,
right.
They're up to 0, so it does look like it's gonna go to the limit here. So I don't know. Tony Khan wants us to watch 7 matches between these guys. Well, they really have to deliver because the 7th match, if it goes to 3-3, after having 6 matches. Ooh, that 7 better be your best one. And
I think maybe that's why we haven't seen everything of everything from them. But we are seeing still a lot of crazy shit. So, I mean, I'm happy for it. It's going to make for exciting TV. That is for sure. It does tie up the Trios Championship for 7 weeks. Or I guess 6 weeks since this was along the same week. So that's if it goes to 7, but I almost would imagine it would.
Well, they have some matches on Rampage too, right?
I don't know. Their next match is only on Dynamite next week.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if it goes.
So I don't know. It might be every Dynamite, but they should definitely do it for a Rampage, because that would definitely spike up Rampage's ratings, I would imagine.
what did you think? I'd like to know your opinion on Soraya, the return of Soraya. How did you think she looked there?
So that would maybe be the most disappointing match for me. Maybe everyone just kind of overhyped it. Soraya did say it in her media scrum as well. Look, there was ring rust there, and Britt was definitely helping me out a lot. Thank her for taking me through the ropes there and helping me out. It's not her fault, and I feel really bad, but yeah, it was not good.
It wasn't the page we're accustomed to or used to seeing. Yeah.
And look,
Sorry,
it's
Soraya page. Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, that's it. So, and we discussed this on the other wrestling podcast too. I was originally comparing it to, CM Punk's ring rust from not wrestling for 7 years, but that's not fair because CM Punk didn't have a neck injury. So then we compared it to Edge, coming back, finally being able to come back. He did have a little ring rust. I don't think his ring rust was as bad as Soraya's. I think maybe having Britt as her first opponent wasn't the best move for Soraya's comeback match, maybe.
Okay.
Because Britt looked overshadowed Soraya tenfold. And maybe you needed someone, maybe, I don't know, you have maybe Ember Moon? Maybe Ember Moon would have been too much. But you have someone else. You don't have Britt try and... I mean, then again, maybe it's hard to say, right? Because someone like Britt can carry her if she can't really do anything. She wasn't doing a whole lot. The only thing I remember her doing was like a kick and like a knee thing, and then her DDT there that she does. Like she did that like 4 times, and that was it. And her brother screaming because I can never get his voice out of my head now. But that's it. So it's not fair, but it just wasn't good. I overhyped it maybe for me.
It was definitely a disappointment. I thought it was going to be better than that. Definitely, she was hesitant in a lot of her moves.
Of course, understandably so.
Understandably so. I think she even talked about it in the scrum. I didn't listen to the scrum, but I think I read about that she talked a bit about that.
Right.
But also, I know Britt was protecting her, so I don't want to blame Britt for this, but a lot of the way she was protecting it showed a lot. So a lot of like the kicks, like the stomp, right? The stomp. She did the stomp with her foot in the
on
middle
her
of the
back.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you can't,
at the same time,
don't do it.
Just don't do it. Yeah, but at the same time, there was some neck moves that she was doing, like the one where she had her like this and she dropped her down. Like some of those did look pretty brutal. She probably obviously was protecting her like crazy and so on. And yeah, we knew she was going to play that whole thing. She's a heel. She's going to go after the neck because why the fuck not? You chose to go to this match. Well, I'm going to damage the part that gave you a career-ending injury for so many years.
Well,
you know what I mean? So
storyline-wise, that makes sense that she goes after the
makes
neck.
complete sense.
And as a worker, it makes sense that she's protecting her not to get injured. But they're gonna have to work around there, or maybe practice more, rehearse more these stuff, so to make it so it doesn't show too much on camera. That's where I was a bit disappointing, because even my friend was watching, which is not he's more of a casual fan, and he doesn't. I think it was his first AEW full pay-per-view that he saw. And
damn, okay.
And he noticed it, so he's like, oh, it doesn't look like he's going all out. She's going all out on her moves. Then I explained it to him that Paige, because he did know Paige from WWE. So I'm like, oh, she was out, the injury and all that. So I guess she's protecting her. And then he's like, yeah, but it looks bad. I go, yeah.
All right.
Us, we understand why she's doing it, but somebody that's just looking at it and doesn't know, it goes, yeah, it doesn't look good when you're trying to sell the sport of wrestling. Or
and I mean, maybe just the fact that we knew she was going to win the match too. Also, kind of, because it was a Brit show until the end, right? And then Soraya just did her moves and 1, 2, 3. So I think maybe adding that element of surprise with maybe like we just knew the ending result already, and maybe adding the element of surprise of Britt still winning, but also making it like because her team came in and helped her out or whatever have you, and you create like some kind of brawl, but Britt still maybe taking it wouldn't have been as bad because the comeback story of Saraya in that match wasn't there for me. It just seemed like it was the Britt show, and then randomly Britt just couldn't take anything anymore, and then boom, DDT, another one for good luck, and then 1, 2, 3. It should have been better booked in that regard, but again, it's hard to say. But if you're gonna put on that match on a pay-per-view that people are gonna pay money for, maybe you have to rehearse it a bit better, perhaps. But it's difficult.
Totally agree. Yeah, it's a fine line you need to walk, and
that's it.
Sometimes it's hard to stay on it and not fall off.
Like absolutely nothing against Saraya, but
no. This is not a dig at Saraya. No way.
Kudos to her. Happy to seeing her back. She
worked hard for this.
She worked hard for this. She definitely deserves it. It's just she also has to work on her confidence. Again, it's hard, but we can't know that. We can't see your emotions and. With you thinking about your neck too much, very difficult, but it kind of defeats the purpose of the story you're trying to tell in the ring too. So
yes, because
fine line.
you have the fans will have sympathy, and you want people to have empathy and sympathy towards Saraya, but you don't want after people to start thinking, because people can turn pretty quickly, and you don't want after people start thinking if she wasn't ready or if she's not confident enough with her neck, then she shouldn't have came back, and that's where you don't want people to get to. So, So, what do you think about Jungle Boy Luchasaurus? Do we have closure?
Thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good
Thought
match.
It was a fantastic match. Was not expecting the match to be this good. I think we do have closure. Jungle Boy mentioned in the media scrum that him and Luchasaurus are over. But whenever Christian Cage is ready to come back, he's willing to go up against Christian Cage, which I would also be maybe down to see. I am kind of done with this whole storyline, though. I don't know where you'd put Jungle Boy afterwards. But this made Jungle Boy look fierce as fuck. This is the first time. I love Jungle Boy matches, but this is the first time I actually am interested to see an actual true grit storyline with him, like where he's going to just go all out. The Christian Cage Luchasaurus storyline was kind of maybe a little too long, but still made me really interested just based off of his performance on this match and that top of the cage spot.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was very good. I enjoyed in the storytelling of the match. I enjoyed that he was cut open right away at the beginning. It added value. It added value to him being the smaller guy and fighting through it during the whole match.
And it being in a cage, we finally get to see why it's so hard, why it's difficult to fight in a cage, and
And I did hear him say in the scrum that now he wants to go after single titles, right?
I believe he said that, yeah.
Yeah, so we might get a little... what's the possibilities here? I guess only the TNT, really, because I don't see him going against Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic.
I mean, he could. That would still be a fire match.
Yes, it would definitely be a fire match, but can they really sell it as I don't know, it could be only a one match, but I mean, like as real rivalry, I don't know, since they're both very over in both faces,
right?
It would be hard. Yes, they could put the match together and say he deserves it. Here, the match against Orange Cassidy, but then it would come back to that old AEW. You're not selling the match. You're not building up the matches. You're not creating an interest in that match. I would see him more. Who's the TNT now? Samoa Joe. I wouldn't mind Samoa Joe versus Jungle Boy there, because what's happening with that? Really, now he's both ROH TV champion and
TNT champion. Well, I think Wardlow is coming back after the TNT though, because he did have a promo on Dynamite where he's kind of not finished with Joe because Joe had cheated and he had mentioned, "I'm still the big dog." Yada yada yada. I had Hobbs finished, and you came and attacked me with the championship. So it looks like Wardlow and Joe is still going to be a thing. So I imagine Final Battle.
Yeah, it would make sense.
But
It would make sense. But
but again, that would have to be for the ROH TV
yeah,
championship. So
exactly,
maybe not Final
exactly,
Battle. Yeah.
exactly. I see the match happening at Final Battle, but then it can't be for the TNT title. It would have to be for the ROH TV
Right.
championship, and that leaves open door because I don't know what Samoa Joe's situation is, if because it doesn't seem like he's a full-time wrestler here. Um, so I don't know how they could. That's why I was really surprised by Samoa Joe winning, honestly,
Right.
because I think the ROH TV champion fit good with him, but TNT you're supposed to defend it on TV a lot, and that would mean he would have to be on TV a lot, and I don't know what's the
Well,
deal
and I
with
think
that.
he's maybe going to be, especially since you have Final Battle on what is it, December 10th, 12th.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're still going to see Samoa Joe on your TV screen. You're going to see a lot more ROH stuff, what we kind of already do, but a lot more ROH champions on, I imagine, both shows to help promote Final Battle as well. So
Yeah, true,
we'll
that,
probably see
yeah.
Joe a lot more come until December 10th or 12th for Final Battle.
Yeah, so we're probably going to get the answers to our questions there in the next couple of weeks surrounding that. But so yeah, Samoa Joe, Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose. What did you think of that? I don't know.
Uh,
I can't say I was disappointed because I didn't expect much. But other than I thought this was going to be finally Jade's like real first challenge. But she kind of won. It was a okay match, but she kind of won easily there.
yeah, but I mean, it was a little bit of a grudge match. I think, this to me maybe was one of Jade's better performances, maybe just because it was with an opponent I can see her potentially having issues with. And the storyline was somewhat decent. I wasn't a fan of the whole stealing of the title and whatnot. And I don't know. It seems like she's almost kind of going face, but not
Yeah.
face, and
She's not
I
quite
don't
there
know.
yet, but she's on her way, definitely.
That's it. Or maybe she might be like the John Moxley card, where she'll just be like neutral kind of thing. She'll just do bad shit, like the whole her and the Bow Wow thing, right? Like,
Yeah, okay. Because that I didn't get to see that. I missed that part. Can you explain
so
to me?
that didn't happen. That didn't happen on Dynamite though. I thought it was supposed to as well. I didn't
Oh,
see anything on Dynamite.
oh, okay. Because I think
Oh yeah, there was some kind of backstage interview or something where she had mentioned that. What did she mention? She mentioned that she has no comment or something. Like Bow Wow was supposed to show up, like they were supposed to comment on the thing that happened, and then she had no comment. And so now I have no idea what's happening with that. But they were supposed to do something on Dynamite with Bow Wow there, but nada.
But what's the backstory? The whole backstory with this?
So the backstory with that is it was something on Twitter a while ago where Bow Wow had mentioned something that he liked Jade or something, and Jade had basically insulted Bow Wow, saying that she doesn't need his approval, she has a man, and yada yada yada, and it just kind of started off from that. And then over the weekend, she had showed up. Bow Wow had mentioned something on Twitter when she had won, and he's like, "Congrats, I guess." And then she's like, whatever. She said something back like, "Oh, f you." And then she had showed up at about one of Bow Wow's shows in the backstage meet and greets or whatever, and then the security guard took them out because she was being hostile or whatever. And then Wednesday they were supposed to do something, but
So
no
this
dice.
is so basically quickly. He shot his shot. He tried his shot with her, even though she is publicly she's married with a public figure, also known in. Because I think I had read that somewhere, and now they're turning it into so what maybe started off as a shoot, they're turning it into a work kind of type of thing.
I think it was always a work. I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, I still think Cody is going to come back at some point. So.
Okay.
No, I don't. But you know what I mean, like.
Yeah. Okay. So it makes sense because I had read that and I had seen a few screenshots here and there, but I had never really heard what was the story behind it. So because it's
it was just built off Twitter.
Okay.
It was built off Elon's platform,
Okay, that makes a bit more a bit more sense now. Thank you for explaining that.
No problem, good
to
sir.
me. So basically, did you see a bit of the pre-show, or because I was interested in Eddie Kingston's match, and I don't know how that went with Akiyama.
I wasn't able to watch the pre-show. I watched a little bit, but then I got a call, so I couldn't watch it. Yeah, but the Danhausen match was reportedly really fun. I did catch a little bit of that. That looked hella fun. I don't know. And honestly, I am at a point where I'm kind of tired of Kingston's wrestling. So I didn't watch it, but I heard it was good as well.
Okay, because I know he was a huge fan of Akiyama, so I was if it was anything compared to the last time, I think it was also on the pre-show, the last at All Out, where he fought it wasn't Muda, but what was another big guy from New Japan, and that was a really good match. I was because this guy I don't know much, Akiyama, I don't know much about him. I haven't seen him. I know he's a huge figure, but he was really before the time where I really started watching Japan wrestling. Japanese wrestling, so I wasn't really sure, but I was interested in knowing. I'm going to try to go back and see that if I try to.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube anyways, so you'll be able to find it because that's on the pre-show. The pre-show stuff is on YouTube, so you definitely be able to find that pretty easily. I guess while we're talking about Dynamite. By the way, the Jeff Jarrett match might as well be a good segue. The Jeff Jarrett match, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal versus Darby and Sting.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun. Fun. It was pretty good in the sense that I was really expecting crap. But
we weren't
Jeff and
much.
Jay definitely know how to. Go ahead. I stopped because you were talking.
Oh, sorry.
We're so Canadian.
No, because. I just want people to know it's because there's a little delay, so that's why sometimes we're speaking over each other. We didn't have much expectation from that match, and that's why it was a fun match to watch. I was though, and I know I keep on saying this after Sting matches, but like Sting and those bumps, man, and those spots. This one I was really scared. That one that before, and then he just got up and he was like perfectly fine when because I think he over jumped when he did that big jump. He over jumped. I think it was Jay Lethal, or I'm not sure if it was Jeff Jarrett. But anyways, he over jumped and I thought he hit his head on the floor. But he's the first one to get up, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's a machine.
Was that not Darby? Because I know Sting did a jump, but he didn't do more than one jump, did he?
No. I'm saying that jump. That's because every time I talk about Sting, we're always surprised of the bumps he takes.
Right.
And this one, I was really scared because it seemed like he had over jumped whoever was supposed to hold him, and it seemed like he was falling on his head. But he's the first one to get up, and it was no problem. So yeah, it was a fun match. I think Jeff Jarrett. I was impressed with Jeff Jarrett here. I had seen him in the match in the Ric Flair farewell, and I saw he was in shape, but now this is like on the bigger stage here, and he really delivered here.
I mean, no, he was. I mean, he was fine. It's just I'm kind of tired of seeing him. You know what I mean? Like, okay, bro, do your backstage stuff. It's all good. Because at the end of the day, I can't see him necessarily do anything crazy with the younger stars. Sting is obviously like, Sting is, I don't know. Maybe it's just, I feel like he's kind of boring, Jeff Jarrett, to be honest with you. So for me, it's just more kind of like, like I'd rather, like I think too much of the slap nuts Jeff Jarrett from WCW and whatever. I don't know. I think I just have a general hatred towards Jeff Jarrett to that point. But I did think it was a great match. With Darby, though, I got scared again because this guy's back is just going to fucking call it quits eventually.
Yeah, so. They won't be able to go on like this for many years like this. That's
no.
Sure. He's going to find a way to adapt his style a bit because it's not sustainable here.
No, and even the when Singh freaking grabbed him by the neck and then threw him down, but he didn't hit it. He didn't hit his back on the ramp. He hit his freaking head, and I'm like, oh my god! Now I got to worry about you getting concussed and a broken neck, as opposed to your freaking back with all your coffin drops. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that was a bit sloppy from the big guy there. I saw that, and I kind of felt it there for Darby. But yeah, I completely agree that I don't want to see Jeff Jarrett on my TV screen week in, week out. That's for goddamn sure.
No, that's it.
Take your role backstage seriously. When the time presents itself, when the need presents itself, then okay, you can cut a promo or whatever. I don't see a match Jeff Jarrett and Sting 1-on-1. I think that would hurt both of them.
Right.
So yeah, okay, you've done your entrance. You have announced that you are now All Elite. You had your match with Jay Lethal against Darby and Sting. Now,
okay, I'm currently watching the Sting spot. Oh fuck yeah, that was a high jump. That was off the rail from the top there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah. Well, Singh catches him, but like.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Singh.
I see what you mean. Yeah, Singh catches him, but when he fell down, it looked like he could have hit his head too.
Yeah. We don't see it because Singh is so tall, so we don't see it when he hits his head. But as he's catching him, he's a bit over him, so it looks like he's going straight down to hit his head. Yeah.
I imagine there was padding though, if anything, because obviously they know the spot's gonna be there.
I didn't see it that way, but yeah, that would make sense because they know, and that's probably why the camera wasn't showing the floor. Yeah,
that's it. Exactly. That's it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But no, it was fun match.
Here to elaborate things for you folks.
That's it, exactly. We are here to run it down in every sense of the freaking word. We're all about wrestler safety, and but no, it was a fun match. It's just I don't know. I guess I have hatred for Jericho, and maybe I'm no longer believing, or maybe I'm just thinking that what's his face is. Can Darby start fucking looking at what he's doing when he's about to do coffin drops though? Like, there was some points I'm like, bro, why are you going to do a coffin drop here? Like, you're not even looking behind you. Like, with the whole Jeff Jarrett thing. When Jeff Jarrett had the guitar, like, he already had the guitar on him before he was going to jump. And I'm like, bro, why aren't you looking behind you before you even do the jump then? You know what I mean? Like, or even the jump with Singh, I guess, was a big thing. But I'm like, why are you going to even attempt to do that jump? Like, hold on. I'm right on that spot right here. So he's going, and he looks back, but then, like, there's no one there but Singh, and fucking Jeff Jarrett is so close to the platform that you're obviously not going to hit him. It was a bit off. I should stop being so judgmental. But I don't know.
No,
they got to plan the coffin drops.
Because it affects the credibility, you know. What did they say? Wrestling is the suspension of belief, right?
Right.
Was that saying? Yeah, right. So when you see things like that, sometimes you're like we're disappointed, you know, because we're not supposed to see these things, and we want to make it look real. So I know he didn't want to look back because then. He would have saw him, and then it would have looked even more stupid that he's still jumping while the guy has
No, but he kind of looked back on top, and then I guess maybe within that time frame, Jarrett rolled over a little bit, and Singh came in. Maybe the camera didn't pick that up or something, and then fine. Maybe I'm being a little too judgmental, but it was a fun match though. Yeah, it was a fun match between Darby going crazy everywhere and Sting doing the stinger drop there on Zing was pretty cool. So I was surprised by it.
Yeah, it was well put together. It was a fun match. That was entertaining to watch. Definitely. Definitely, I agree. And then it's probably like we were saying that our expectations weren't high on this match, so it didn't
That's
take
it.
much for them to deliver and get us past those expectations. And yeah, that leaves us the main event and new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, the Devil himself, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. What's your take on that?
Yeah, no. I especially liked him motorboating the audience member when he came in. That was hilarious, and he asked permission on top of that, so that was always fun. No, I thought that was a really fun match. MJF did go a little bit hardcore. I thought they told a great story with him and his leg too. They were really doing that very nicely. To the point where I almost did believe he did suffer something when he did do the tombstone pile driver on the ring apron there. No, it was a really good match. They worked really well together. And of course, the Regal turn that happened. I was maybe expecting Regal to maybe hit Moxley. But no, it was kind of weird in that sense where he was gonna use the diamond ring, and then Regal confronted him about it, and then Regal then gave him the brass knucks, and I was like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, all this stuff that happened there was something Mox wouldn't have known about, right? So that's where I'm kind of like, if you know you're turning on him. Unless randomly, I mean, we don't know MJF's side because MJF wasn't there, right? Was this all just a plan from the beginning or whatever have you? Or was this just a sudden change of heart or whatever have you? I just would have maybe have liked that to be a little bit different. Or obviously just for us to put a play on us, but I feel like a lot of people generally knew that Regal was gonna, like Twitter was talking about it for the longest time as well, that Regal was most likely gonna turn. Just maybe would have liked the Regal to have been the one to do it. Add that little, because that would have been like, oh my god, and then MJF just obviously is gonna just take it like that. But very fun match, and MJF on the media scrum after too is hilarious.
Yes. That was a pretty good promo also in the media scrum there.
Thank you, fuck you. Any questions? Too bad. Thank you, fuck you, goodbye. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. So you were right actually. He was just fooling us these past few weeks with his slow face turn. It was all a hook. Because the devil's greatest trick, a ruse. The devil's greatest trick was making people believe he didn't exist. So that made perfect sense. I really enjoy MJF's improvement inside the ring. He's really getting better. So I imagine he's working hard. How can I say this? Working hard on his wrestling skills in the ring, off camera. This is really, like you said, they told a really good story. The psychology in the wrestling psychology in this match was perfect. I think I have how do I say? I think I have a reason to explain an explanation for why it was Regal. It was MJF that hit with the brass knuckles. I think it's because MJF finally sold Regal. Or it's either that, and he thinks now MJF deserves that help, that extra help, to be the champion. Or I think this was more, and I think we're going to get the explanation here from MJF next week, is that they planned this from the beginning. That whole promo with them in the ring going back and forth, probably the best promo segment of this rivalry.
But then why have Regal out there on Dynamite? If MJF wasn't there, then just don't have that. Because to me now this makes Regal look kind of weak in the sense of, Daniel Bryan was like, hey, Mox, don't hit him. This guy helped me realize, what was it? His love for
his dad.
That's it. His love for his dad and all that. And I know you hate him, but I love this guy. Don't hurt him. Blah 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 blah.
He has a bad neck, stuff in his brain.
He's a bad neck and stuff in his brain and all that shit. But then I was like, and Moxley played that really well too, just bottling it all up. But then like, it just makes Regal look like a weak old man. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, don't do that. Then just wait. Regal doesn't show up. You make it a thing where Regal and MJF are still celebrating and whatever have you. Let us wait until the following week to hear the explanation as to why. You didn't need to do it that way, especially if you weren't going to have MJF there.
But I guess they did want to make look. I don't know if he looked weak because he never backed down, even when Mox was about to come in the ring. He stayed there and he was going to take whatever Mox was going to give him. It was Bryan Danielson that just came at the right, perfect time to protect.
Well, I mean,
he never blinked. He stayed always in Mox's face. Because I always liked Regal as a heel. I think he's very that, like he does it well. The face expressions and everything. Right. So, I don't know if he looked weak. I don't know if I would agree with looked weak, but I understand what you're saying. That if that's gonna be the story that they're telling, right? That this was a whole work between them, then maybe not have Regal there. I understand.
Well, I mean, and that's it, because at the end of the day, sure, yeah, Regal is alone, right? So we get that, and he looked weak because Mox was just like walk and like run. Yeah. It just and then he just kind of did. Like, yeah. I'm like, well, then why would you show up, Regal? You know this was going to happen, unless you maybe had the Firm show up and fuck up Moxley and thing, and then this, you know, MJF was bad anyways, right? So this whole thing was a ruse as well. The Firm was still with MJF. And you know, you could have had Regal maybe take a few jabs at Moxley and Daniel Bryan, kind of thing. You know, with the Firm's help. Like, what did Regal do there? Because Regal just commented on, like he was just saying, Mr. Friedman is not here. He's currently filming something and and like. I feel like he didn't say anything really of importance that we couldn't have waited for him to be there with MJF anyways. Like, you needed MJF to really tell that story and how that all came about. So, yeah, I just didn't know why they ended up doing that little segment without MJF there. It's just, it wasn't needed. Like I said, maybe having the Firm being there would have made a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
And helping Regal and something and so
I guess there's a lot of unanswered questions regarding this whole storyline, especially with, like, okay, we understand why Bryan came and defended. He explained that. There's the whole thing that he's the one that made him find his love for his father, and that he could that made him love his father. For the last 10 years, his father was alive, even though his father had his demons and everything. So I understand why he came to protect him. But what story are they telling going forward here with Bryan and Regal's? Does that mean that the Blackpool Combat Club still exists? There's still something there. So that's it. There's a lot of unanswered questions here, and that maybe MJF's promo next week will reveal or put everything straight here. But they need. There's definitely some explanations here that need to be told.
Right. They didn't explain it. They didn't explain anything. So for me, it was just kind of a pointless segment, but it is what it is. Yeah. So
that was Full Gear and basically that was AEW.
and by the way, Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm was also a fun match. I don't know if it was as good as their Owen Hart tournament match, but it was still pretty good. It was still fun.
Yep. I enjoyed it. A little change in gear for Jamie Hayter, which was so that's maybe the next level. Jamie Hayter now as champion. I can see a long run for Jamie Hayter. Do you see Jamie versus Britt anytime soon?
I kind of maybe saw that, but with the whole Brit taking the mic, getting the first word when Renee was asking Jamie Hayter a question, but she was also then praising Hayter as well. I think eventually, though, we are going to see Brit turn on Hayter. I think that's exactly what's going to happen, and thus creating a feud there. We didn't see Saraya this week, I don't think.
No, I don't think
So I hope maybe her and Britt are kind of Dunskies. Saraya did mention on the media scrum that she could wrestle just whenever she wanted. They apparently put a lot of ice packs on her neck even when she's in the arena, if she's not going out there, just to kind of do extra stuff. She has the go-ahead, though. There's no limitations to what she can do. I think it's just a matter of, bring her out there every week kind of thing. Let her get back into it because clearly she needs some work. So, Saraya.
Hella needs your groove back.
Yeah.
Slowly, everything comes with time and practice.
Piano.
So I think she'll be okay. Have her off camera. Have her be back in the ring and training with some top trainers there. Have her do her promos. You don't have to put her right away into a next program right away. Have her maybe come out and tell a story somehow, and then when she's more comfortable in taking those bumps, then you could start a new program with another wrestler. Because there's no rush. You don't have to put her in the title picture right away. You don't have to. There's already multiple storylines in the women's division there in AEW, so there's no need to rush her into something. So take your time, get her confidence at the highest level possible before you put her in a little program again going forward with another women's superstar. AEW.
Yep, I would agree with that. I just think also too, if you're paying her that kind of money as well, definitely at least get her on TV.
Yeah.
I think you need to put her. I think it's kind of hard to say though, because at the same time, if you don't give her, I think you need to also give her time on Dynamite or on Rampage as well, just to do some wrestling matches, because it's different from practicing in the ring and obviously and then doing it live in front of a crowd. So I think you just get her out there. I know it's bittersweet because what happens if she does injure her neck again and blah 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 blah, but that's the risk you're gonna kind of have to take, or else you're just gonna risk getting another Britt versus Saraya kind of match with maybe.
And there's possibilities there for her. There's Anna JAS. There's Ty Mello. There's some possibilities where you could just throw her. You don't have to tell a story. You just throw her on a match on Rampage, like you were saying, and really help her get back into that groove that she's known to have. Because this was definitely not the Saraya / Paige that we are used to seeing. The aggressiveness that she had was a bit lacking, and that's normal because the hesitancy she has from not having her confidence at full level. But I'm pretty sure, and I believe that she will get it back. And she's a strong person. She's a strong character for all she's been through. So I believe she'll be good going forward. She just needs to get her confidence back, and I think she'll be able to do that. So yeah, that was AEW Dynamite and Full Gear. I guess we could do it the same way for Survivor Series. We'll set up Survivor Series at the same time. We'll talk about Raw. So what's coming up other than the War Games matches? Where here I have some. I've been waiting for this match, and I've talked about it on this podcast for a while. It's AJ Styles versus Finn Balor.
Right.
We're finally gonna get it. Should be. I would put it as the opening match, unless you're putting one of the War Games matches.
I think you're putting one. I think you're putting the Women's War Games match as the opener, maybe.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, that's the thing. Either you have both War Game matches back to back, just for the simple fact of that fucking cage is going to take forever to do, or you have one at the beginning and one at the end.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I think you're right. I think that makes sense. Having you start off with the one of the women's match and you finish with the men's. I think
Uh,
would be the way to go. But I'm very interested in AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. They've been setting this up for a few weeks. There's the whole Bullet Club story behind it, and
right.
Finn is really putting the emphasis on that. He goes, "You stole enough from me, or you've copied me, or stole stuff that belonged to me." Whatever the way he's saying it, I'm paraphrasing, but he's
Right.
been he's been emphasizing on that for the past 3-4 weeks. So, and I think they're both phenomenal wrestlers. So I think that should be a great match. Um, on Raw, they kind of had that segment going both ways when Finn came and interfere, and when they the was the OC. Sorry, I was the OC was their backstage
Right.
segment, and Finn came and say and kind of prepare that match at Survivor Series. So I'm very excited for that. Um,
On paper, it looks good. I'm
yeah.
just, and the whole Bullet Club thing, it's just because they've ruined the Bullet Club stuff before. And yes, now it's under Triple H, so maybe it is going to be completely different. I just don't know if I'm really sold on Finn being heel how he is here with the Judgment Day. Maybe is
Mm.
my whole issue. It looks like we might also maybe get the Demon Finn Balor for Survivor Series.
Oh,
But there was something he said on Raw. I'm a completely different person when I'm in the ring now, or something. And
oh,
I don't know. That kind of pinged. Oh, are you bringing in the Demon Finn Balor? Because that's someone who's completely different in the ring, or 'cause
yeah.
not in the ring now. I think he said, "I will be a completely different person in the ring come Survivor Series or
Oh,
something,
okay.
or
So that okay.
something along
That
those lines."
seems yeah.
Then
That seems
that
like
would
where it's going. Yeah.
yeah, so which would make complete sense. Did he have the whole? No, that demon character was just a thing he did on WWE, right? That wasn't a thing
No,
he
no.
had.
He did it in New Japan also.
The demon whole demon Finn Balor
The face paint. Yeah. I don't know
while
if he
on
was
while
called if
while
they called
in Bullet
himself the
Club.
demon. That's a good question. I would think so. But I'm not
Okay,
100% sure if he used the demon. I know he used it in Japan for sure because I've seen footage of that. I just don't know if it was while he was in the Bullet Club. I would
okay,
imagine because it was a big part of his last year and a half, 2 years that he was there.
right,
Um, but I wouldn't be able to tell you with certainty if he's used it under the Bullet Club. But he definitely used it in New
okay.
Japan. Uh, but that's interesting. See, I hadn't seen that. I hadn't noticed what he said when he said that. Usually, he doesn't use it right away on off a. But in this case, since he really has that grudge against AJ Styles, that could be. It could be. It could be, and it would make things interesting here. Would definitely
Yeah,
make things interesting.
I just and again, I don't know. Are they bringing like? I just don't know where they're gonna go with the story after this. If AJ wins, this makes Judgment Day look a little weak. Um, if AJ loses, it also makes the club look weak. And then what do you do with
Mm.
the club? Maybe this is where then you're going to maybe have a resurgence of the Bullet Club, and Finn's going to go a little crazy with control and whatever have you, and form some kind of new Bullet Club with the Judgment Day and various other members. I don't know. Like I just hope it's a good match. I'm just not crazy on the storyline. Maybe.
Okay, that's fair. They might. Yeah, I guess they could have told that story better. Um, I guess I'm so into it because of I know the backstory to it, and maybe for
That's fair.
and I understand what you're saying,
I
where
mean,
you're
I
coming
know
from.
too. I know AJ used to be the leader, and then Finn was, um, and all that. Like I get that, but again, I didn't watch it. So
No,
as
no,
someone
exactly.
who
That
had watched it transpire and all that, I get it.
Yes, yes, I understand how the WWE fan that's watching this now, and that knew about knew about this past between them, but never really saw anything. How they would need to be more sold on or build up this thing? Explain it more, because a lot of the casual fans haven't seen this, so that you can't just assume that they know what these guys are talking about when they're referencing it. So
Right.
I understand where you're coming from. This, where do you so since you were saying that either losing would hurt them, who do you think? What's your prediction here?
I think maybe you got to give it with to Finn, and I feel like you're also gonna see maybe Dominic and Ray storyline build from this. I know we haven't seen Ray at all. Obviously, he's on SmackDown now, but I think would be the perfect time for maybe Dominic to get involved somehow, Ray to kind of defend and help Finn, to help AJ, and then Dominic, oh, fucking Christ, and Finn to eventually get the one up on AJ during all that whole scuffle, rather. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea for Judgment Day to take an L here yet, at least. You're kind of already building them up.
I agree. I think it would.
But then again, you also don't have Rhea helping out. And Rhea has been like the common denominator as to why they've been succeeding. Mm-hmm. So unless there's a story to tell that you need your Rhea, because I imagine after the women's match, whether that's most likely going to be before this match, Rhea won't be there, or she'll be too injured to help the Judgment Day. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Okay. I don't know. But again, Judgment Day, I think the only storyline you can build there is, because then Dominic had brought up his father Ray again, right? When Kevin Owens and the Brutes faced off with Judgment Day there, mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, and tell my father on SmackDown that he was never a father," or something. I don't know. He said something like,
yeah. Now I remember that. Yes, that part. Yes. Yes,
so the fact that
the last time we saw Ray was against Gunther, right?
Was it Ray? Yeah, exactly. It was against Gunther.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little appearance from Ray here.
Yeah, and then maybe you have Ray versus Dom at Rumble or something.
Yeah, they could start the setup for that. I think I agree, and I'm going to go with Finn here, because I think if Finn losing would hurt more Finn than AJ losing. I think so. So I'm gonna go with Finn also here. Then we have the triple threat for the United States Championship, and we saw on Raw a great match.
By the way, what if Gallows and Anderson turn?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What if Gallows? Sorry, I was just thinking about it. What if Gallows and Anderson turn on AJ?
Ooh.
And then you literally have Finn being like that. Like, that's why I'm thinking Finn is gonna somehow turn the Judgment Day into like the Bullet Club, like the new club, kind of thing.
Interesting.
Or something like that.
It could happen. Like, I don't really like the comedic version of the Good Brothers. Every time they come to WWE, it seems like they always want to make jokes and like.
That's all I know. Everyone keeps telling me that, but that's all I know of the Good Brothers is the comedic version. So I'm like, what do you mean? They have a serious side?
Yeah,
like
a pretty killer side in New Japan and in Impact. So I don't know. Every time they come back to WWE, and we can't use the excuse now of it being a Vince McMahon thing. So. Right. I don't know. I guess I don't know, because even those, like that joke that Gallows used, saying that when he's amazing with the women, and that's why he convinced me and him to come and help out. Like, okay, like I don't know. So I would see.
And he was going to go talk to Rhea, and then got hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. But it's not that. It's not that you're not funny. It's just I don't see you that way. So it kind of it kind of diminishes your street cred, I guess. Here,
you're fair.
So So that's where I'm seeing. I would now that you mentioned it, that for a turn on AJ, I wouldn't be surprised, and I can't say I would be against it. So hopefully
Right. You
that's
want to
the
see the
good.
killer side. That would
Yeah,
give them the killer side.
yeah, exactly. And I know they've done this rivalry with AJ before.
Have
Um,
they? Okay.
I think they did it the first time there was the breakup. I'm not 100% sure. I
Okay.
could be mixing up two storylines here, but I think
Mm.
they already done that story. But yeah, I would definitely rather see that side of the Good Brothers than the other side. Yeah, so the triple threat match for the United States Championship with Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory. Austin Theory was in a pretty good banger on Raw against Mustafa Ali,
Yeah.
Theory coming out on top. So we've seen the past few weeks where they're really pushing Theory,
Whole
and
new
we also
theory, and thank God it worked because, yeah, Theory looks a whole new person. I'm into this theory, this more serious, non-selfie, cocky theory, just this pure, angry, messed up killer mode theory. I'm all in for.
yep,
So,
I'm enjoying this transformation here to maybe what we were hoping that Theory was going to become. Now he's actually doing it. So we're like that. Do you see him coming out on top and taking that belt back, offset?
I don't want anyone to win this title. Is my whole issue. Like, you
Mm,
literally had these three people win it in the span of 6 months. You've had
yeah.
these same very three people win it. So you've had them all face each other already, technically one-on-one matches.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. There was a rumor with Lashley, right? He's gonna maybe go face Brock Lesnar at Rumble, making it
Yep.
Lashley Lesnar 3. Um, so you have that. So that would maybe put Lashley out of play. Why do you give Theory the title though? Maybe if he wants to, I guess he can maybe go do something with Ziggles. He was kind of doing something there. Maybe put still some prestige on the U.S. Championship.
Hmm.
I don't see Seth keeping it, so I guess I'm gonna have to go with Theory. But it also looks like they're doing something else with Theory. Like they're gonna push him another direction. I just don't know where.
I think I think I think he gets the title here because I think he deserves a proper run with the title this time with this new theory.
New
Uh,
gimmick.
I,
Okay.
I I completely agree that Bobby's out of the question because I think Bobby is going to Brock Lesnar on to Brock
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar for the end of the trilogy. I think Seth also we're coming really close to Cody coming back, so I think they're gonna turn that way. I don't know what this whole uh, I don't know where not Theory. I don't know where Seth stands in all this because sometimes he seems face, sometimes he seems heel. He seems to be riding the line between both, like that
Right.
anti-hero type of character.
Right.
So I don't know where that puts Cody's return. Does Cody return as a heel because he's pissed off about that injury and how people are
No, it'll
people?
definitely be face.
Yes,
Bro, after all this fucking time with AEW, if Cody ever fucking turns heel in WWE, like, bro, this is all you fucking needed to do while you were in AEW, and you would have been top fucking star. Would not have probably have been injured because you were going so freaking hard at the gym. No guarantee there, but still, you know what I mean. I don't think Cody would be the biggest fucking hypocrite at this point if he ever turned heel.
but if that heel turn comes with a championship run,
No.
I don't know. That's that. I understand that whole reasoning. I definitely understand that because you're crying for months in AEW, not wanting to turn heel. Um,
And that's all you
but
needed to do to probably get that bag that you wanted from Khan is to turn heel. And now you're going to do that in the company that's maybe paying you a little bit more and you have some kind of more flexibility. But like, I mean, again, maybe it's just to get that title, but I think his need for that title is to be face. I think he's literally like all on that of want to do what my dad couldn't do. I want to
Yeah,
get it while I'm face and da 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 and not a heel,
yes, definitely that would be the I think that would be the story ideally that he would want to tell it that way. Um,
He's
I just
stubborn.
don't
I
know.
don't see it any other way. I'm stubborn because
Yeah,
he's stubborn.
no, no. I could definitely, I definitely understand the reasoning. I just think there's a little hope because I think there's a story to tell there. Like he's mad because the crowd basically turned on him because he was so over. Everybody was happy. He was back, and then the Seth injures him for a long period of time, and the people are still singing Seth's song.
Right.
So like, yeah, you guys, he does that to me. You guys supposed to be behind me. He does that to me, and you guys are still chanting his song. Like, how could you do this? I guess it's me overthinking the booking, the booking here, and maybe
Right.
too much into my fantasy booking. But uh, I see a possibility there because what makes me think about this. It's also the way Seth Rollins is acting. That's where it leaves me like doubts because they're really, it seems like they're getting closer and closer each week to make the face turn complete, and I don't see how they can do that if they're going to bring back a huge baby face Cody Rhodes, because I'm almost 100% sure the first thing Cody does when he comes back is Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that story is still. And then he brought him up even this week, which even made Dustin Rhodes comment on fucking. Comment on the fucking thing. He's like, "Hey, Seth Rollins," and then the FU emoji. Like, really, Dustin?
Yeah.
Like, and then he wrote, "Calm down, Goldie."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't. Again, like, Seth Rollins is not a face or a heel. He's both. You know what I mean? He's just that fine line of doing anything. So I don't think you change what Seth is, because at the end of the day, whether you make him full-fledged heel or full-fledged face, he's still going to be cheered. He's just like KO. You know what I mean? Those two are the same exact individual in terms of the fans. They can be completely. They're so good at both that the fans won't boo him regardless. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it won't happen. So I think you keep Seth the way you keep Seth. But Seth is just going to do whatever he wants, just like KO does whatever he wants. And the fans will still love it. And whether it's wrong or right or whatever, the fans will go along with that, and they'll cheer a bit or they'll boo when it needs to. Like, they respect him enough to know what's up and where maybe he's going with it. They've achieved that ultimate respect of, I can't do no wrong.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely am hearing you out here. I'm just not sure, and maybe it's just wishful thinking. So maybe on my part, that's what I'm holding on to here from the days back in AEW.
I mean, mind you, the moment Seth goes face and fucking Cody Rhodes goes heel, holy shit, is the next rundown gonna be a fucking blast in the fucking past, because it's gonna oh man, I'm gonna tear Cody Rhodes a whole new fucking face, because holy shit, bro, like, hypocrite galore. Let's fucking go. I'm ready. I'm already prepared. Let's.
And he does have creative control here on some aspects in WWE, doesn't he?
Right. Yeah,
Okay,
I think so. Yeah.
So so if he really adamant,
And if if it comes out in the dirty sheets, as Big Red would like to say, that he was the one that chose to be heel, oh my God, I'm gonna learn a whole bunch of swear words in fucking various fucking languages, because hot diggity damn, I don't know why I would learn swear words in different languages, just because I want to be able to express myself.
Yes. If Cody appears with black hair and no longer with bleached hair, then I'm gonna be like, oh my God, is it happening? Is it happening? Is it happening? Right. So yeah. So who do you? So you're going with Theory? as your prediction here? I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, you made a compelling argument. I don't see Seth having it and Lashley not having it, and I said Theory too, but just based on what you said as well, new gimmick, he adds more prestige to the title with his new gimmick as well. Can definitely add a lot more matches. He's not going to go with the world. He's not going to do a tag. Doesn't look like he'll do anything with any SmackDown titles, obviously, since he's on Raw. So yeah, I think that's spot on your end. So I'm going with Theory.
I think it could be a stepping stone. This U.S. title run can be a stepping stone for the next level of his career. So I think that's the way they're gonna go.
Especially with
I
the
don't
new
think
gimmick.
Seth. It doesn't hurt Seth, and it doesn't hurt Bobby. But I do think Seth will get the pin though, unless they really surprise me. But I think he gets the pin over Seth here.
Yeah, unless maybe Brock randomly does some crazy shit, comes in
Possibly, because it is a Survivor Series, so it is one of the big pay-per-views. So maybe there's a deal here with Brock to make an appearance, interfere in this. Very possible, very very possible.
Right,
and then you'll see him again right before a bit before Royal Rumble to promote
on our Rumble Bash. We'll be all seeing him live together, guys. So make sure you come out so we can all witness Brock versus Lashley on January 28th.
Yes,
3.
So Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi. I'm really not hyped about this match at all.
Yeah, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, this match is happening on Survivor Series. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, Ronda's not losing it, so
no. And I know they tried to build up Shotzi the last few weeks as credible opponent here, but I still don't see it.
Tank and all. Nope, not seeing it.
So, no, I don't see it. I think it's an easy win by Rousey here, and I think it's just, unless they're trying to tell a story with Shayna Baszler, because of the reestablished alliance here with Shayna, between Shayna and Rousey. I don't know.
What has been going on with that? Because I don't think I've been necessarily paying attention between their little...
Well, basically, it wasn't this week. If I'm not mistaken, let me go check here on the results. But there was Shotzi. Didn't Shotzi face Shayna recently with Ronda? I think it was on SmackDown. Yeah, because it wasn't on Raw. I think it was on SmackDown last Friday, and Ronda was outside of the ring looking in, and they gave the win to Shotzi, I guess, to make her look stronger. But I don't really see where they're going with this. Like, what's the story between Shayna and Ronda? It seemed like there's a new alliance here, but what? They're going to be a tag team, or she's going to be her bodyguard? What story are you telling with this?
Well, I think with that, you're ultimately telling the oh shit, really? Shotzi beat Shayna? Fuckers.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, at least you're giving fucking Tozawa a new hairdo. You know what I mean? You know Tozawa's my boy.
One too.
Well, I didn't call the hairdo.
He was watching us last week.
I think he was watching us. I mean, I said a more serious role. It still seems like he's a fucking goof because he fucking went on and jumped on the JBL.
Yes.
But
yes.
At least you know. At least the gi is gone, so he was half listening to us there. And yeah, I mean, I'm actually just looking at the recap of this match. They actually have the whole fucking match on YouTube.
Oh,
surprisingly.
on the WWE page. Nice.
Well, it's not the WWE page. I just realized, so that's why they have it. Oh, snap. And what's her face comes out? Raquel. Is it Raquel? Oh, no, it's... Is it Raquel? That looks like... Well, it said Raquel. Yeah, it's... Well, it said Raquel on the... Yeah, Raquel Rodriguez, exactly.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So she came out and screwed over Shayna, and that's why she had gotten things. So it looks like they're going to do something with Shayna and Raquel. Or maybe a tag thing they'll do afterwards after this. But god damn it, I swear to God, if you don't give me Shayna versus freaking Rousey at Mania, someone's getting slapped. One of my co-hosts aren't going to be happy campers.
I think there's
because this is the story you got to be telling.
Yes, I totally agree. We've been waiting already 2 years, if not 3 years, for this. We're guaranteed 2 years for this,
Yep.
and we all want it. So, but I think there's a story to tell here and a path to follow. Maybe, and I think maybe Shotzi is just part of that path. Because the Raquel versus Shayna, because I definitely see Raquel fighting for the title soon, fighting Ronda for the title. She seems like they're the ones who she's the one that they want to push, the big woman face that they want to push. So I see this going on, and then maybe at Rumble type of thing, Raquel versus Ronda, and at that point have Shayna turn on Ronda at that point and set up a match for WrestleMania.
Raquel is also MMA too. No.
I don't think so. I'm not 100%
No.
sure, but I don't remember
Okay, I
hearing
don't
about
think
that
so.
yet. No.
Okay.
She's just a big girl. Big strong.
That's fair. Big strong girl. Yeah, no, she's definitely fucking built. Yeah, I mean, here's the hoping. I don't know, but then what are you doing with Flair? I imagine Flair's coming back soon.
There's that too. Right.
You know, so we'll see. But I swear to God, give me freaking Shayna. I just don't think Trips is gonna do it. That's all. Unless you don't keep Ronda with the title. Or
That's
Shayna
it.
either, and that's just.
I don't see that match being for the title because it doesn't look like they're
that high on
they want
Shayna.
Shayna in that picture, yeah.
Right.
But I definitely see it as on one-on-one. There's money. There's money to be made there with a Shayna Rousey Ronda match. I definitely
For sure.
agree there 100%.
And all they got to do is just turn on their MMA style kind of thing. You don't need to do these crazy promos, whatever. Just, make it an MMA thing. Make it in the
fight pit.
Make it in like the fucking fight pit. You know what I mean? Make it a true bout. And that's when both women will be comfortable. Maybe not Rousey. Oh, neither of them have been MMA in a hot minute, but they both can act. So that's the kind of way you have to do it. You have to pull from their MMA background because that's what they're definitely more comfortable with in terms of, acting some sort of way of going against each other. So, yeah, man, I still think that's money make it happen because it's been a hot minute.
I think they have enough of a brilliant creative mind here that they can put together this how do you call it? This scripted MMA type of fight. They could do it where they could actually make it look real and make it be interesting for the casual wrestling fan also. So
Right.
there's no doubt in my mind, I definitely want to see that match. I think WrestleMania is the type of place where you would want to see this match.
Right.
At the same time, now you're just throwing shotsies at Ronda. So unless we see
Why,
the
you
return
think
of Charlotte
Shotzi's
now.
winning?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But I'm saying throwing shotsies at like you're just throwing bones at Ronda for her to continue.
Yeah,
on. It's not really,
I feel like they're waiting until Flair. That's all they're doing. Yeah. And there's even reports into 2023, though. They're still looking at Rousey being the main attraction. So, I don't know, man. Maybe she might keep it until Mania, and maybe Flair wins at Mania. So maybe we might see this whole long storyline of Flair and Rousey till Mania, too.
Yeah. There's definitely a possibility there. I would like Charlotte to come back this weekend. I think she's been gone enough, long enough. Sorry, and it's time. I think, and it makes sense because Shotzi is a meaningless opponent here, and the only way you can make this meaningful is by having a Charlotte return during this match and that cost not costing, but coming after the bell or something like that, and facing off with Ronda in one way or another. So I think it would be the perfect time for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how down I am to see another Charlotte versus Rousey. Their last match was decent enough, but I'm also kind of done. But at the same time, who else do you put against Rousey? So you know what?
Yeah.
Give me a nice stipulation match.
There's not many people there. Yeah, you're completely right here. Okay, so team the
Unless
first,
Flair wins the Rumble,
yeah,
and
but
that's how they do it.
yeah, there's a possibility there. There could be a Sasha Banks, also a possibility there. But man, I
Right.
think that would be a long time to keep Charlotte out of action for a non-injury.
Bro, she's already been like 6 months.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
got
like
married, and then I thought she was gonna come back
no,
after
she was
the.
back. She was back after she got married. She was back for a little bit.
Was she?
Yeah, for sure. Cause she got married.
She got married in the
Uh,
summer.
yeah, and she was definitely already back. I feel for a little bit. Let's see. So Charlotte,
I think she left just before
Andrade,
getting married, and then she just never came back.
wedding. So they got married May.
Okay, May. And when was last Charlotte's last appearance in WWE?
So Charlotte last appeared. Google, don't fail me now. In WWE, last match Flair had in WWE was when she lost the SmackDown Women's Championship to Ronda Rousey in May. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it was right. So that's it. She left right before getting married, and
Damn.
she hasn't come back since. So I thought that was gonna go to honeymoon, and then bang, she would eventually come back after
Oh,
that.
they banged her, right?
They?
It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke.
Oh, okay.
And he said then bang. It was banger after banger after banger.
After banger, yeah. So I didn't. I thought she wasn't injured or anything serious like that.
No, that's
I
it.
understand maybe they didn't have anything concrete for her, so you wait until something's good. But now, come
Right.
on. There's been some opportunities here. Instead of having Shotzi versus Ronda, they should have brought back Charlotte. So hopefully this is the one.
Yeah, especially
this
for
is the
Survivor
time to do it.
Series. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
it's big enough pay-per-view at the stadium, right? It's a stadium in a stadium. So it's at the. Is it in the stadium?
I don't think it's at a stadium. I think you're just making stuff up now.
Wait a second. Where is
Take
Survivor
myself
Series?
off there. Survivor Series. So Survivor Series is Premier Events returns. Survivor Series comes. Well, it's in Boston. So
Yeah, so
no.
if it's in Boston, it's at the TD Garden. Okay, so I was wrong.
Yeah.
It's at the TD Garden. So okay, it's not a stadium. It's not a stadium, so it doesn't really matter. But I still think it's a big pay-per-view, one of the top four. I think it would be the time to.
Oh,
bring
it's a
back
big
Charlotte.
pay-per-view for sure. Yeah, and I think you bring her back there. I don't see her doing anything with Raw and the other War Games match because
Yeah,
why? You don't have any connection with Bianca or or I
Bailey's
guess
the only
you do.
one
You
in
had
there
her.
that.
Bailey's the only real one in
Yeah.
there that had a legitimate long feud with, so it wouldn't make any sense for her to go there.
And I think we'll both agree here on that match, though, because those are the two matches left, the two War Game matches.
Right.
We're not sure who's going to be the mystery partner here for the Bianca thing. It's either going to be, we're pretty sure it's either going to be Bex or Sasha, since this is in Boston. But I think we both agree that Damage Control needs this, right?
I mean, we do agree that Damage Control needs this, but I feel like something big would have to happen in order for Damage Control to win it. Either some kind of turn, some kind of Alexa Fiend style, some kind of someone joins Damage Control that we haven't seen in a while. You're gonna definitely need something big in order for Damage Control to win this. And it's elimination style too, though, right? So that maybe can play effect into it too. It's not I feel like because
No,
War
it's the one
Games is
pin.
regularly. No, I don't think so. I think it's elimination style because they always kept on saying Survivor War Games. So I think it's an actual elimination style because I was just talking about that with my other buddies on the other podcast. WWE.
I always thought it would be a
Survivor
regular War Games.
Series
Okay.
match or regular Google, don't fail me now.
If that's the case, then it changes my perspective on it.
No, exactly. That's it. That's what I'm.
Because I would think Rhea would get the pin over Bianca and all this, and that would set up Rhea versus Bianca. But if it's an elimination style, then that changes everything.
Yeah, that's it. So, is the next premium for the company. I don't know where anyone would mention that because I think that was our War Games. Yeah, everyone's calling it War Games match. So maybe I'm wrong then. I just felt like it was also. I think one of the announcers said that once, and I ran with it or something.
Okay,
So maybe
it could
not.
be. I just hadn't heard about it, but like I said, I haven't been really. I've been missing pieces here and there, really busy, but so I could have missed it. But I pretty much thought there would have been the classic War Game rules.
Crowd energy
Okay, let me
up
see here
against.
if it
Yeah,
fits.
I'm just trying to. War Games, 10 things, the White 6 debut. Okay, this is just saying 10 things that might happen. Shotzi fires up. No, not that. Oh, but Ronda Rousey retains. Damn these clickbait websites. Seth Rollins survives. Okay, so this team thinks Seth Rollins will win. Finn Balor pins AJ, is what these people are saying here. Becky Lynch is the mystery partner and loses for her team.
Yeah, I see. I think it's
So effective as key opponent Judgment Day lately that nobody's better suited to the challenge. Yeah, it looks like it's just one pin. Pinning Becky would be another bragging right for Rhea too. This is a woman. Yeah, so it looks like it's a regular War Games then, because then that would make complete sense.
Yeah. So then I'm sticking to my prediction. I think Damage Control wins here with Rhea pinning Bianca, setting up a future match between the two. But I'm here reading on the CBS the pretty much their predictions that they give for Survivor Series, and they mentioned something here which is interesting, which we hadn't considered. But what if the mystery member is Beth Phoenix? With that whole Rhea story there from the last time,
Shit. Yes. That would make a lot of fucking sense.
so another wrench in the hard to figure it out now, because I had completely escaped my mind that, and I didn't even think about it. But then when I saw her name, I'm like, what? Yeah, the Rhea, the whole thing.
Yeah, but like Rhea is kind of there for Mia though. Right?
Yeah.
Like that was the whole reason why Mia was going with the OC.
Because it was going to even out, yes.
It was going to even out. So then now coming to the women's, I feel like, okay, I guess that doesn't necessarily have to be a thing either.
It would be, I would say, I still
but
see
that's
that
their
as
feud,
Rhea.
right? That's the feud
Yeah.
there. Mia and Rhea, though.
Yeah. So I don't think it would be Beth Phoenix, but it does give me a little doubt. But
You
I
need a
don't
bigger
think it
name,
would
though.
be because-
Beth Phoenix, the crowd would be
Yeah,
pissed.
I won't get the pop you're looking for
Like,
here.
if you don't get a Sasha, if you don't get a Becky or a Flair, anybody
the crowd
else,
might turn. Yeah.
the crowd is going to be fucking pissed. So I feel
Yeah.
like it has to be any of those three, especially. Well, yeah, sure, it's the dirt sheets hyping you up and all that, but at the end of the day, it's still going to affect the product if it's not one of those three.
No, I definitely agree. It would be a disappointment if it's Beth. I still see it as a possibility now that I read it, but I definitely would be a disappointment as a fan. It would be a disappointment.
I mean, if it was the OC versus Judgment Day,
then it would be
sure.
Yeah.
And then Edge randomly gets involved. Sure, you know what I mean. But with this, it doesn't really work.
Yeah,
because they literally would only be against each other. They would have to have beef with other people and or partnerships and relationships with their partners there. Becky has a relationship and a thing at the end. Charlotte has a hatred towards
Charlotte.
Charlotte has a hatred towards Bailey.
Okay, yes.
Because they fought a bunch of times too, but nothing big. But Sasha, of course, Bailey's old partner, that's also telling a story there too. And in Boston as well, that would make sense. So it's really between Sasha and Bex. I don't see them bringing that whole Judgment Day storyline just because Rhea is in the match.
Yeah. I agree there. It threw me off there when I saw the name that I'd never had seen. Then it made that I saw the connection. Like, okay, there's a possibility there, but I completely agree. I don't see it happening, and I see more. I'm really not sure who between Bex and Sasha will be, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
How do you lose? How do you lose then if it's a one pin?
It's a submission.
How do you have? Yeah, so if it's just one pin and that's it, one and done. How do you have either Sasha losing on her debut, re-debut, or
if she's not pinned, I don't see it hurting her. That's why I'm saying a Rhea pinning Bianca would be the way to go here. Because not only do you not hurt anybody else, but you set up your next your main event.
You're setting up your next main event. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then to the main event of the evening. Well, main event, we're not sure yet. It could be the women's War Games match. Could be the main event. They've done that.
It's the main event.
It's the main event, yeah.
It's
the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes. And who's joining the Brawling Brutes here is Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. So with obviously the Bloodline being Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn.
Right. Or Sami Uso, depends who you
or
ask.
Sami Uso, yes. And now, if you noticed, every time they come out, like they don't even show the camera didn't even show Sikoa anymore because he just can't hold himself no more, and Jay is also having a very hard time holding himself back from laughing when they're doing the what was it, the handshake they did there? It was very awkward handshake.
And they do it like it's nothing. He's just like it's not. And I'm like, fucking Sammy.
And it's like he always takes them by surprise. It's like something he's looking forward to is trying to make them break character.
For sure. Why not, right? And he does it so naturally. I'm sure Sammy's done this his whole career. He's probably a natural river, too. So, the fact that he's prankster in the locker room. So the fact that he's doing this just live on TV on top has got to be just joke. Because chances are, too, I don't think he maybe would have been able to do this with Vince, right? So Trips is probably just like go and have fun with it. You know what I mean?
Give him
like,
more freedom there to do it.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, but then this does seem like it would be up Vince's alley. But again, like you're making my Reigns look bad. You know what I mean? So he might not like that.
That's probably what he would. No, Reigns shouldn't be in the comedic thing because
he's Roman Reigns. He's ahead of the table.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the badass guy there. But I think the match can be definitely a huge banger here.
It's going to be a fun
all
one.
The elements are there for it.
Right.
Now, who do I think would win? I'm a bit perplexed here because I don't think Bloodline needs the win. I think they could take a loss here. I think maybe Jimmy or Sammy can take a pin here. But they've been making the Bloodline look so strong and never losing that I don't know.
Yeah, but you're seeing cracks. You're seeing cracks in the Bloodline, though. You're seeing blood drops everywhere they go. Blood is dropping from the Bloodline. Doot, doot, doot. You know what I mean? Between Sammy and Jay. Between Roman questioning Jay's stuff. So I can see either Jay or Sammy taking the L here for the team. Mm-hmm. And KO pinning one of them for it.
Yeah, I could see KO having the pin here. Yeah.
So KO pinning one of those, and that sets up a lot of things. That sets up KO as an established main eventer again. And that also maybe sets up a potential bloodline breakage within Sammy getting kicked out, or Jay getting kicked out, or Jay and Sammy getting in a crazy tussle where that leads to a little feud and KO comes and helps. This is maybe where that rumored storyline of KO coming in and helping Sammy ends up being a thing to further, because him pinning Sammy would make all the sense in the world to make this work. It was all a ruse. Sammy and KO were best friends. They were trying to crack the thing. KO comes out on SmackDown and Jay wants to fight maybe Sammy in a tag match, and Jimmy takes Jay's side because they're the bloodline and the brothers or whatever, and they make like a little stipulation. Sammy doesn't have anyone. He tries to go to Sikoa. Sikoa's like, I can't get involved, brother. I'm sorry. And then KO is Sammy's partner. I'm talking after Survivor Series.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then that puts also KO in the picture. KO, Roman, I beat your team. I beat the bloodline. And that could lead to a whole thing. You have a Sammy Jimmy Jay feud. And then you have a KO Roman feud maybe for Rumble.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yes, that would make sense. Like I said early on, I have a question for you.
Or KO wins Rumble.
Or that could be a possibility also, because that would set it up.
And then there you go.
Ways.
Yeah.
Who turns on the
I would love to
bloodline
see
first?
KO.
Jay or Sammy?
I feel like it's got to be Sammy.
I think Jay,
because
like,
I don't think Jay
to a
turns
point
on. I don't see him turning. I see them kicking him out. With Sammy, I see him turning.
But because that would be them kicking out a member, choosing a member, an outside member over a family member.
Right.
That would be a bit harsh on Jay.
That's a heel move, though. That is a heel move. You don't have the other way where Jay is the one that turns on the bloodline. One, that doesn't make much sense. And two, that would make it almost as if, like you would have to get a lot more sympathy from Jay, from the fans for Jay, for that to work. The fans would have to feel ultimate, like really, really bad for Jey Uso. So they would still have to kind of continue that, because I don't think anyone is there to the point of feeling like, oh, look, they're using Jay. I feel so bad for Jay. No one's believing him. No one, like I feel like the only person that would have to turn would be Sammy.
I would like the return of main event Jey Uso, because I really enjoyed that run. And he put together some really good matches with Roman. But I understand what you're saying, and you're making sense. I think
I have my moments. I also make dollars too, but in this case, I'm making sense. Yeah.
I understand that Sammy would be ideally the guy to turn here, and
he's just like KO, right? KO is the ultimate. Is the guy who turns heel, he turns face, he turns heel, and he turns face, and he turns heel. You can't trust him. The Festival of Friendship is the one I always go to because that shit was fire. Yeah. But with KO, you just never know, and that's why he can do both, no problem. He can be face, he can be heel, he can be whatever he wants. He's kind of neutral though. He's not face, he's not heel, he just does whatever.
Okay, so let me go this way maybe, as I'm thinking out loud. So what if Jay gives them an ultimatum type of situation, where okay, I'm done, I'm at my limit here. You guys are gonna have to make a decision. It's either me or Sammy, right? And they make it look like they're gonna pick Sammy, and then they end up turning on Sammy and doing that.
That's ultimately what it would be, though. Exactly. So they would never directly turn on Jay. I feel like that's not a thing they would do because Jay doesn't have enough allies. Sammy would have KO.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And KO's a big enough ally. Who would Jay have?
Absolutely.
You know,
Nobody.
like nobody.
Outside the family, there's nobody.
Exactly. So Sammy, that would make sense. You have KO. KO has people, whether it's the Brutes and whatever. You want to make it a whole thing again. Sure, absolutely. But in reality, Sammy, KO, and then you have the New Day come help them, actually, because then you can build up the New Day versus the Usos. So the New Day and the Usos take care of that, and Roman and Sikoa are kind of against. I guess, the Sammy and KO, which would just lead to KO facing ultimately Roman at Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. Oh my God, KO at Elimination Chamber would make so much fucking sense, though.
Yeah, of course, at home, guaranteed. KO.
I hope these tickets aren't fucking expensive. I swear to God.
Well, they're still at like for floor tickets are still around $1,000. So,
well, I'm definitely not getting the floor, but if I can get red for like
I've seen
300,
I've seen red at $291. I've seen red at $291.
It's not out yet. How have you seen red at $291?
On pre-sales? Just go on Ticketmaster. You'll see.
Oh, on pre-sales, but it's not even out yet. Isn't it December?
Well, the full sale,
the combo,
yes,
is out.
Yes, exactly. So there's some. If you go on Ticketmaster and you put on SmackDown Elimination Chamber 2023, you'll see there's some sections that are open that you could buy tickets right now.
Oh shit! Well,
like
because I guess.
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
if it was the red or the 400 section. I'm not sure, but it could be 400 section. Makes more sense that it'd be that price. But it would be it's the combo, but you're paying $291 each. So for each show, so it'd be like $600 for both.
In the 400s.
That's good. I checked on Monday. I remember checking on Monday.
Ayla, I don't know. I'm on Ticketmaster. It literally tells me on sale dates and times. It's telling me 7 days away. Not Ticketmaster. You're talking about like StubHub.
No, I'm Ticketmaster. That's where I checked. Because that's where I got them last time. So, here it is. I already had
but it's not out yet, huh? The only stuff they have, it's the sale begins on November 29th. Off Ticketmaster.
See, I have section 421, row B, $121 each. And that's for the 2-day combo.
Oh, that's not bad. Where is this?
Section 421, row B.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I don't think so because of the light. Oh, maybe, yeah.
Send me the link.
There's only a few sections. Everything that's in blue there are the sections that are already available. Everything in gray is still closed off. You can buy. So I'm just going to send you the link here.
Yeah, send me the link because my friend's asking me too. I just took myself off camera because looking at my forehead isn't nice for anyone. Yeah, because my only 400's available right now, though technically.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing right now. Yeah.
At the same time, keep me posted too, because you're the event change health checks. You accept it. Oh shit. Oh, the 2-day combo. Right. Yeah. Okay. I was looking at the single. Snuffleupagus over here.
Yeah. Drastically changes my.
Oh, it's so high up though.
Yeah, 400 is really high up.
300 is 300 is not even the Reds anymore. It's still not the Reds, right? It's 200s that are the Reds.
Yeah, 200s.
300s are the blue. Fuck.
If you go to filters, and if you go to best seats, apply filters.
Right.
And now you have section 103. There's only 3 sections open: 103, 112, and 123. Those ones are $1,100 each.
Oh my God.
And 660.
Oh Jesus.
So let me send you this one too. Well, actually, you could just do it. Just go to filters and go
filter.
Best seats and apply filters, and you'll see these ones come up. But not all of them are available. So I don't know if this is the pre-sale availability or just the combo.
This is the combo thing exactly. So the combos was released on November 18th.
Okay.
I'm surprised that it hasn't been filled though. I thought for sure that would at least sell out. I mean, but again, I could have chose fucking. Oh no, it was also the 400s too though that I was. Oh no, but the floor I think I saw $7.99.
Yeah.
No. It must have been the 400s. Yeah.
And I saw 1100 for one.
Jesus.
For really but I think that comes with the VIP experience where you get to go before. There's a little meet.
No, that's the combo. The VIP experience is a whole different thing. That starts at like 1,500.
Okay. Oh wow! So here we go.
Yeah, no bueno.
I'll probably be in Portugal, so I won't be able to make it. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I think I'm going from the 12th to the 22nd. I think so.
You know what? It's not that crazy. Section 103, row D.
Which are good seats.
Oh God. Oh snap! I thought it was for 2 tickets. For 1 ticket, it's $9.25 each. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, $9.25 for both. That's not bad.
That's not bad for 450, 460 is not bad. Yeah.
Jesus, 2003,
which is good.
Yeah, but fuck. I'm waiting. My friend's like, bro, just get any tickets, whatever. I'm like, dude. He's like, I don't even care if we're in the fucking the 400s. I'm like, I kind of do though. Why am I gonna spend? I might as well fucking, I don't know, fucking rent out something and get a bunch of people together with a big screen or something. Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah, if you're gonna be up there spending that,
Jesus,
definitely. But I would wait until the official sale go on and then see if prices went down a bit, and then wait a bit more, and then maybe at the beginning of the new year right away make a decision at that point, because then you don't want to get too close.
You don't think it's gonna get sold out though?
SmackDown for sure. No, I think. No,
I think everyone would be going with Elimination Chamber. Yeah,
will probably be sold out. I believe so, but I don't think it will be sold out like fast.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think if you go check beginning of January, I think you'll still see some tickets, and you'll have more of an idea of the price if it went down or if it's still around those $900 and $1,000, because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll find out. So,
what's your prediction here for this war game?
Yeah, match? So KO taking the W for his team. So the Brutes with McIntyre and KO taking it, and dare I even say this would maybe even lead to Brutes versus Usos versus New Day for the tag team championships, eventually leading to WrestleMania.
Yep, because that's more of the storyline that they're telling right now is the Brutes, the Ridge and Butch are kind of heating the Usos up and really giving them a good challenge. So that would be a good segue for that. I don't see Drew McIntyre getting a pin here because we just saw Drew get back with lose against Roman, so I don't see that happening. Right. So I think I agree with you. KO here on a pin, gets the pin on a Sami or a Jey Uso. That would make sense for the continuation of this storyline.
That's it. When did Drew get a pin? When did Roman get a pin on Drew?
Well, no, not a pin, but Clash of the Castle. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah.
So
no. That's not continuing. Yeah. That's not continuing. Just leave Drew out of it. Drew definitely doesn't get the W in the pin in terms of the pin, but definitely shouldn't. If and even if they lose, he shouldn't get the loss either. Because give it to one of the Brutes if anything or whatever. There's no point.
Yeah. So I think what for the story you want to tell going forward, I think Kevin gets the pin here, and
I think you have to, yeah.
And Jay or Sammy are the one that are losing here, that are suffering the pin. So I think
I almost feel like you do a Jay thing exactly like you were saying. You do a Jay gets the dub loses,
or like
everyone's
Sammy
mad
caused him to get pinned, and then he gives him the ultimatum after that, like on the next SmackDown or Raw. Yeah,
right.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be and that's gonna fucking make for just television gold because the amount of stuff they'll probably come up with. Oh, dude, and during Christmas time too, especially, I just feel like Sammy's just gonna get even more jolly.
Yeah.
No, you don't see that.
Yeah,
I see him getting
yeah.
a little bit more jolly, a little bit more oozy, like.
Yeah, this is a Christmas oozy situation going on. So yeah, I can definitely see that happening because he does. He likes it, and it seems like he enjoys trying to get at them. So
right,
so,
yeah,
I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
No, me neither. And that's pretty much it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, look, maybe we'll do I only finish work at 9, but if you guys are free or whatever, we can maybe even do a little bit of live reaction to the last War Games match or something. If you guys want, we'll see what happens, whether you're working or not. Who knows?
I'm not working, but I have a gala. I'm supposed to
a gala. Nice.
Yeah, it's a 50th anniversary of an organization that we support. So,
oh shit! Nice.
I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know if it's a type of a night that's gonna be an early night or a late night. I'm not sure
really
yet of the vibe. Yeah.
Is there an open bar or what?
No, it's not open bar.
So it's an early night.
Yeah, it might be an early night. Depends how it goes. Because the booze is not that expensive either. So.
Oh boy. Okay.
$5 a beer. I might drink a few. So.
Is this at the same birthday Rumble bash we're going to? It's fun.
No. This is at another. This is at the Portuguese church downtown. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. By Rachel.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh shit! Nice. Okay.
So,
perfect. And so we do hope you guys do enjoy Survivor Series this weekend. I imagine, what will happen with Wyatt as well. Will we see a little bit of the Wyatt 6 happen there? Well, we'll find out a little bit more on SmackDown. Will we see who Uncle Howdy is, or will we see who the White Rabbit is? Will we maybe get a match? LA Knight versus Wyatt? I don't think so. I think it's a bit too soon. They're still just going to keep continuing that there. For those of you wondering, like we were wondering, what's going on with Loomis and The Miz? That is actually on the Raw after Survivor Series. So that is not on Survivor Series, but don't put it past them to put maybe another match. Perhaps. The War Games are going to take a good chunk of the show, though. So maybe not sticking with 5 probably makes sense. The Ronda Shotzi match ain't going to be that long. You're going to have the
AJ Finn also.
AJ Finn being decent amount.
Probably
and
20
you're
minutes, but I don't see them going too much past 20 minutes because of those War Game matches, yeah.
But you also got Lashley and the triple threat there too. That's probably another 20, 30 minutes too. So, and War Games is at least 45 each. So,
minimum
45 each because it's 5 minutes each person, right? Yeah. So
before everybody's in, yeah.
Before everybody's in, so or an hour and 10 minimum, because that's already a lot. That's 25 minutes there. So 50 minimum.
25 minutes, and then usually another 20 minutes before they end the match, yeah.
That's it. So 50 minimum. So that's a lot. But yeah, we please do let us know your thoughts on Survivor Series, whether you want to follow, whether you want to message us on Facebook. It's at WTM, whether it's our forum or our page. Feel free to comment there on what your predictions are. We would love to hear from you. You, of course, can also follow us on Instagram at WTN Wrestling. Certainly comment there. TikTok, all of that. We're everywhere you need us to be. Twitter as well at WTN Wrestling, except on Twitch where it is WTN_Wrestling Talk now. Feel free to follow us there. Help us try to get affiliated because why not? And so feel free to reach us out. There, the rest of the links will be down below in the doobly-doos. Where can they follow you, Mr. Crazy?
You can find me on Facebook at Michael Costa or on Twitter at Saltita_Costa, or hear anything wrestling related on our WTN pages, like Justin just mentioned, across all social media. And you know why? Because you the twos, we the ones.
We the ones. That's right. Well played. We the ones indeed. And we the ones about to get on out of here because it's a lot of wrestling, and we're just too amped for Survivor Series now, and we just want to get to it. We'll definitely keep you posted on if there's going to be any kind of live reactions and whatnot. We'll keep you posted there. So I don't know why I could never know how to end a podcast, but we'd like to thank you all once again. Until next time, we'll see you next Thursday as we run it down all again. Happy Survivor Series weekend. Ciao for now.